Luke 17. Well, here in Luke 17, we have the account of Jesus curing 10 lepers. Jesus tells them to go and show themselves to the priests and do what the law of Moses required for people to do if they were cleansed from leprosy. I doubt those regulations were ever much used, because leprosy was in those days an incurable disease. But the priests would have been aware of the legislation. So when these men appeared and told them, yeah, Jesus cured us of leprosy, it would have been a powerful witness to them. Elsewhere, we read that Jesus told a leper to also go to the priests for a witness unto them, as a way of preaching to them. But it was the priests who arranged for Jesus to be killed. They hated him. They were largely responsible for his death. Yet Jesus hoped that somehow even they would respond. And when you read the early chapters of Acts, you find that they did. A great company of priests were obedient to the faith, we're told. They accepted the gospel and were converted to Christ. Wow. So you see that we should never assume that certain individuals or groups or types of people are not worth trying to preach to. The Bible has several examples of very unlikely people becoming believers, people we would likely have assumed were simply not interested or not the right type. There is in every man, even in religious hypocrites who are filled with hate and bitterness like the priests, a hole in the heart which only God can fill. So don't think that it's a waste of time preaching to certain people. Have a hopeful heart, just like Jesus did. But there's something else here. Only one of the healed lepers turned back to thank Jesus. I'm afraid we humans have a terrible tendency towards ingratitude. From our first struggling breaths in this world, we want to survive, to look after and please me. We're naturally egocentric, self-centered, ungrateful people. Yet the Bible is full of examples of believers who were grateful, who, like David, King David, were full of praise. Being grateful is not only the right thing to be before God, but having a thankful spirit lifts us right up above all the petty, egocentric attitudes of the world and our own natural inclinations. It makes us humble, not trusting in our own strength. And this is of great value in God's eyes. So be more grateful as you pass through life. Far more grateful, I'd say, than we are. Here we can improve. Now, knowing above all that the Son of God loved you and gave himself for you. And after encountering him, we live forever, more and more in a spirit of ever-increasing gratitude. And living in that spirit, that is what it is to be a Christian.